What is up? It's your boy John Street Revive, BB Pro, Mr. Talik. It is. We are here today at the Blue Star Nutraceuticals facility. We're about to build some muscle again, and guess what? We're doing a hamstring and quad workout, part of our push-pull leg series. Again, we're gonna use a variety of machines and free weights, and we definitely vary this for beginner, intermediate, and advanced. So without further ado, guys, keep your eyes glued to the screen and your ears glued to the speakers, and let's learn some shit. Okay, first up, we're gonna do a tri-set of kneeling hamstring curls, adductors and adductors. We're just gonna get our body nice and primed and ready to go. This is some cues. Again, we wanna keep our hips down. We don't want any hip flexion at all. We wanna keep this load on our hamstrings at all times. This machine is awesome. It puts us in a very optimal position. We're here, nice little lean. Again, I want to keep my hips forward and then pulling up. I want to keep dorsal flexion, meaning our toes are going to be pulling into our shins while we're going 10 to 15 reps, and then move on to the next exercise. Keep your core tight when you're doing this. Pulling in, easing in. Okay, so just finish off, we're gonna do this again. Again, when we're doing these, especially adductors and adductors, a very vulnerable position, so don't try and load this weight up. Get a good weight that you can achieve the reps with good form and really engage in your core. If we try and swing this thing in, you're gonna hurt your groin. So again, make sure we take our time with this. It's quality of reps, not quantity of weight. Remember that. Okay, so next we have belt squat, and I want you guys to treat it just like it says. It's a belt squat. A lot of times I see people do this and end up doing like a deadlift. We do want a good amount of hip and knee flexion on the way down when we're doing this. So make sure you're doing that and not doing basically a sumo deadlift. There's purposes for certain movements. In this belt squat, we want hip and knee flexion, meaning knees and hips are gonna break at the same time and going down and then coming back up. 3 sets, 10 to 15 reps, straight sets, 2 second negative, 1 second positive, 1 minute to 2 minute rest in between each set. Next, we have sumo deadlifts. We're doing 3 sets of 10 to 15 reps. I know, like, you're crazy. That's a lot of volume. Yes, it is. We're using this awesome compound lift to enforce a lot more muscle hypertrophy. We can put a good load on here and we can elongate the set. So instead of doing like a 5x5 or 6 to 8, we are doing 10 to 15 reps. 2 second negative. So we are gonna drive a little bit of eccentric into the hamstrings and the glutes. We're gonna get to work. You're gonna love it because your hamstrings and glutes are gonna feel like absolute death in the end. In a good way. Where my muscle masochists at? Right? Let's go. Okay, so setting up sumos, we're gonna walk up to the bar. We do not want to drag the bar to us. We want to keep the bar pathway consistent. So we're gonna walk up to the bar. For my height, I'm good about around the smooth area here. I'm going to protract. I'm gonna push my hands down right away. So I have my lats engaged. I'm gonna do that again once I actually start. I'm gonna hinge my hips back. I'm gonna externally rotate the hips. So basically I'm gonna open up my knees here so they're in line with my toes. Then I'm gonna shift my hips back, grab the bar. Again, pretending like somebody's tickling in my armpits. Engage the lats, tight core, press to the ground, chest up, head up. And that's good volume. Again, keep your core engaged. Keep your toes and heels planted on the floor. Drive through your legs. You're lifting with your legs, not your back. So while you saw my set, my back stayed very neutral. My legs and glutes did all the work. Okay, so next we have triple drop set of wide stance leg press. I'll explain to you why we're doing wide stance. So when we're doing wide stance, again, we're doing leg press. You're not gonna get any glutes in leg press, okay? The only way to get your glutes to actually work in any movement is from being in full flexion to full extension. So unless this machine allows you to put yourself in a position where you're fully extended, like basically like this, like push like this, it's not gonna work, right? So again, when we're doing wide stance, what we're doing is we're just opening up the legs a little more, and then we're forcing a little bit more of the eccentric load on the hamstrings. So while we're pressing up again from here, and my wide stance is from here, why not being like this? We're just like a little bit outside of what would normally be my show width, which would be here. We're just opening up a bit here. So when we do our press from here, we're getting a lot more hamstring of an eccentric load on the way down, and then pressing up, right? So I'm not doing wide stance for my glutes to get engaged. I'm doing wide stance to emphasize more of the eccentric load onto my hamstrings on the way down. We do the same thing we do before. Again, we're gonna do 10 to 15 reps, triple drop set, dropping each set, 1 to 1, eccentric, concentric, then resting 1 to 2 minutes in between each set. Let's go. Now we're gonna do RDLs. You can do these barbell, dumbbell, you can do them in the Smith machine. I'm gonna do these with a barbell. Again, when we're hinging, we want to make sure that we keep the bar pathway, basically make sure the bar goes up and down and not into our body, out to our body. So again, when we're doing this, we're gonna step up to the bar like we're doing a deadlift, hinging our butt back, making sure our shins don't push this thing forward like that. We're gonna let our butt sit back. We're gonna grab the bar, pretend we're doing an actual deadlift, so pretend someone's tickling your armpits. Engage your core, stand up first, and then we're gonna keep our core engaged, much like a rack pull. We're just saying glide down our thighs, pushing hips back, down, and then up. And we're doing 10 to 15 reps. A lot of volume. Do not grab weight that you cannot handle. You want to really feel this. Where you should feel it, glutes and hamstrings. Remember, this is a very glute dominant exercise because we're getting maximum amount of hip flexion being here. So a couple of tips, make sure we're going down by the hips going back. I'm not going down by just stopping here, then letting the back just roll and come up. The only way getting down is by those hips sitting back, then the knees bending a slight bit, while still pushing those hips back so we have maximum hip flexion. Again, when you feel like you're falling back, those toes need to be gripped in the floor for that extra grip and extra stability. So make sure toes gripped in the floor, driving through the feet, through the glutes, hips back, and then driving the hips forward. And doing that continuously throughout the entire set. Okay, last but not least, we have reverse lunges. You can do this with dumbbell, barbell, or body weight. Again, when we're doing reverse lunges, keep your feet shoulder width apart. Big mistakes I see is we're stepping like this, and then we step back. We're doing all this stuff, and we're like, oh, I don't like doing lunges because I can't have balance, right? So we're gonna step back, shoulder width apart to the balls of our foot, keeping the majority of the weight on that front foot, letting that knee glide over the toe. So we're stepping back, the knee's gonna go over the toe and back up. And we're gonna do it again. We do the one side, take a little bit of a break, and then the other side. Again, when we're stepping back, we're putting most of the majority of the weight on that front leg, letting that knee pass over the toe, down, don't let that back knee touch, and pressing back up. And then again, on the way down, and pressing back up. We're gonna do 20 reps each leg. Yes, 20 reps each leg. Nice little nightcap for your legs, for your glutes, hams, and quads. Let's get it started. And that is it for today's workout, guys. If you guys give it a try, make sure you guys let me know in the comment section below. And hope you guys liked the video, because if you did, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share. You know the come out that tell like it is, transparent, vulnerable truth. CoachingJohnRashid.com. If you want to know more about my coaching, guys, book yourself a 15 or 30-minute consult. At the end of the consult, I deduct off any package that you pick. Remember, hit the description below for those discount codes and promo codes to help save a life or change life for the better. Like Johnny 10 for 10% off, BlueStarNutraceuticals.com. And guys, remember, add me on Instagram and TikTok. Send me your progress pics, your training pics, and your video clips, and I'll repost it for you, because you know how it is. Iron sharpens iron, progressive overload your life. In the meantime, keep dream chasing. Peace.